had no idea that this part of your story. We've been friends for a while, and most of us know about the success you've achieved nowadays, right? We've seen everything that you've done in the past, especially in the past 2 years, which has been amazing. Everybody knows you now. Like, you have, well, friends like all over the United States, celebrities, fighters. A lot of people really appreciate and love you, and know your story.
Another day I went to Joya Beach Club, and on my side was sitting Floyd Mayweather, and on the other side, James Fox. I'm like, oh my God, what is this?
That's right.
But that's super cool, because just like in Jiu-Jitsu, right? Like, the journey towards getting your black belt, it's full of setbacks and moments where you really just never want to train again. You don't want to keep going. And I learned that a lot of your life has been overcoming these obstacles, right? Setting yourself, like, shooting for the stars and then just going for it. When did it change? When did it change for you? When did that started happening? What was the process towards getting to where you are right now?
Well,
and what have you also accomplished now?
I don't know if it ever changes, to be honest with you. The setbacks keep coming. No matter, it's just a different level of setbacks, I should say. But they keep coming. It doesn't end. So I'll give you an example. When I moved back to California from New York, a friend of mine started a new company. He's going to open a bunch of nightclubs and restaurants and hotels. That was his dream. And I said, you know what? I'm going to work for him, and I'm going to learn the business. And then in a few years, I'm going to ask him to partner up with me and do my own place. That was kind of my goal. And this little club that I started working at as a bouncer still, this grew into a huge international company called SBE. And they opened a bunch of hotels and restaurants and nightclubs throughout the country and throughout the world. And I ended up staying with that company for 12 years and becoming the vice president of nightlife for the company. I became a partner in the company. And it was an amazing experience, because I went from just a nightclub bouncer to an entrepreneur, I would say, in that process. And I learned a lot without risking my own money. But I worked a lot, and I learned a lot. So one day I woke up and I said, okay, that's it. This company has been great to me, and I've done great results, but it's time for me to move on. It lost the family feel that we had when it was small, because it became so big. So all of a sudden you're talking to bankers and people that you don't know, and they're hammering you on items that they don't know about. So I didn't enjoy it anymore. And when you don't enjoy something, it's very hard to dedicate yourself. Sure. And I felt, man, I work 7 days a week, and I don't like it anymore. So what's the point? And I said, you know what? I resigned. And I decided I'm going to start my own. I didn't know what I was going to do, actually. I just knew I wanted to live in Miami for some reason.
Why?
I don't know.
Why Miami?
I don't know.
I was always just come to your.
I was traveling here. I was traveling here for work, and I was traveling here on these amazing times. Winter music conference.
Yeah.
And I looked around. And I said, man, this place is magical. It's amazing. Yeah. And I've never seen this anywhere else in the world. So I said, when I resigned, that's where I want to move. And I was able to carve out Miami in my non-compete clause with the company when we were negotiating the terms.
That was smart.
And how long ago you moved here, Omio?
6 years ago.
6 years.
So this was merely 6 years ago.
Yeah. Wow. So I left the company and I moved to Miami, and I had no idea what I was going to do. I sold my house, so I made a little bit of money. And I said, you know what? We'll see.
Were you married? Were you single?
No, I was single.
Single,
yeah.
Single time.
I was single. And so I moved here and started looking around and said, okay, let's see what the future holds. And I met my business partner, Chris Pacello. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
And,
legend here in Miami.
Absolutely,
also.
absolutely. Not just in Miami. That guy has a wider network than anybody I've met.
Everywhere. In the 90s, he basically built the Miami nightlife.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Amazing, yeah.
So he had just started a new fitness brand called Anatomy. And it's this high-end fitness facilities. And so I was working out there because I figured, you'll meet good people here.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was working out with him. We were friends for a long time before. We met in LA a long time ago. And we're talking, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And I said, I want to open a nightclub. And he said, I'm going to open a nightclub. And he was going to open a nightclub with One Oak, the guys from New York. And I said, man, let's just me and you open a nightclub together and we'll start our own brand.
Because you always want that too?
I always wanted it, and he was a great guy and a great friend. So he's like, okay, let's do it. He had already signed a lease, actually, where Rockwell was. He had already signed the lease. So he was...
That's the birth of Rockwell.
Exactly. He was going to do it regardless. Wow. And but he was going to do it with someone else. So I jumped in, and we changed our plans. I put a little bit of money that I had in the project, and we
that was the
we
beginning.
opened Rockwell. Yeah,
that was the beginning of Rockwell.
And how was in the beginning? It was very hard.
No, it was amazing right up from the start. It was these guys that I told you about, the One Oak guys. They're One Oak is one of the most famous nightclubs in the world, actually.
Right.
And what we did a Art Basel party with One Oak when we launched the venue, and that pretty much set us on a map and exposed the place to a lot of great people at the right time. And we were the only ones playing hip hop in a high-end nightclub at that time in Miami.
You had the best shows, I remember.
Yeah.
The best artists
Best.
and all that.
And nobody else was doing it at the time. So we set ourselves apart from everybody else, and it was a smash hit right from the get-go. We surpassed our expectations in every aspect. So
Cyborg had to prohibit the competition team from visiting.
That's right.
Only once a month, because they liked it too much.
Yeah, you were there.